All right, hello. So we are live for our live at 5 demonstration. And so as people are popping on, make sure you come, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and say hello. So you can say replay. Go ahead and let us know like what is your favorite pizza topping. So as you're coming on, if you're coming on to the live, go ahead and let us say hello. Let us know where you're watching from, and go ahead and share your favorite pizza topping. My name is Jen Soto, and I am a Pampered Chef consultant. I've actually been a consultant for just a few years. We're coming around the corner to my 24th year next year, and hard to believe it's 2022, hard to believe that it'll be 24 years with the Pampered Chef. So that's kind of exciting, but I wanted to this month is our anniversary month, and so I've kind of been doing the pizza theme, having fun, taking old recipes and giving them like a new twist, using new products to do them. So hey Chrissy, hey Brenda, welcome. So make sure you guys let me know what your favorite pizza topping is. I want to see. I finally figured out, if you've been watching my live streams for a while, then you might know like I can never figure out how to watch the comments, but Facebook has made it a little bit easier so I can actually see the comments now. So I have a little dashboard that has like my screen with the live stream so I can make sure it's still going. And then I got comments over to the side. It tells me my stream health, all that good stuff. So they're getting up there. I remember back when Facebook Live just started, like it was hit or miss. Okay, favorite pizza topping is jalapenos. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Today is Tuesday, so you could totally have a Taco Tuesday pizza and put some jalapenos on there. That would be awesome. We're actually going to make a pizza today called Farmer's Market Pizza. So I was telling you guys, this is our anniversary month. Pampered Chef is 41 years old. We had a birthday last Friday. It's super exciting. Tell me, when was the first time that you ever heard of Pampered Chef? Like, was it this week because you're in a party? Or tell me your story. Go ahead and put that in the comments. Let me know. When was the first time that you heard of Pampered Chef? So I was at a party back in 1997. My friend was like, you have to go to this party. They have the coolest stuff. You're going to love their stoneware. And I was like, okay. So I went, and yeah, I bought a stone. I bought a medium round stone and I had a little metal rack. And then I also bought a food chopper. And I come home and I'm all excited. I tell my husband, I'm like, look, showing him the catalog. Look, I bought this and I bought this. And he's like, $30 for a food chopper. Yes, back then it was $30. Now I think it's like $39. He's like, that's crazy. I was like, no, you don't understand. I had twins. They were just little, so I was like ready to chop up the food that I was making for our family and serve it to them. So I was really excited. But I was super excited about that stone. So we're going to be using stoneware tonight because it's kind of goes with pizza. Pizza and stoneware go hand in hand. But we're going to be using the stone tonight. But our stones have changed. They're a little bit different than they used to be. So our new stones, the first thing you'll notice with our new stones is that they have this cool weave pattern on the bottom. Okay, and this is how you can tell your new stones from your old stones. If the bottom just has like circles on it, not this like weave pattern, then your stone is an older stone. So the new stones, and the reason you want to know the difference is that the new stones can take some higher heat. They can be preheated empty, which our old stones could not be preheated empty. They can go in the dishwasher and get cleaned up in the dishwasher. The dishwasher is safe. Let's see what else. And so you can use soap on them if that makes you feel okay. You're not going to have the same thing. So it's called a fusion stoneware. Technology has improved over the last 40 years, and so and these are also a lot thinner and a little bit lighter than our older stones are. Now the new fusion stoneware, it only comes in the unglazed stones. So any of our stones that have glaze on them, whether it's a white glaze or a gray glaze, those are the older stones, okay? And they have the older technology. They're not like dishwasher safe and things like that, with the exception of the ones that are fully glazed. Now that you're completely confused, you just ask me and I'll be happy to tell you. Also, if you go to the website, it'll show you whether it's dishwasher safe or not. All right, so I want to welcome all the guests from the parties. I usually take my live streams on Tuesdays and cast them into all the parties so that everybody gets the benefit of a live demonstration. It's 2021. I've only done like one in-home party in the last year. I'm kind of sad. I kind of miss in-home parties. I kind of miss them and I kind of don't, but I love doing the demo. I love doing the interaction. So this is the best way that I can kind of make that up. We can do a live demo. You guys can talk with me. I can get those comments and go back and forth with you. But the cool thing is, like, if you were busy today, you can watch the replay. So that's pretty sweet. All right, so let's get started with this pizza. The only thing I have to grab out of the fridge is the pizza dough, because I want to leave that in there till we got started. And I say the only thing because I'm really hoping it's the only thing. But again, if you've watched a demo with me before, you'll probably notice that I forget stuff all the time, like all the time. So I live in Colorado Springs. I've been here about a year. And we moved with the military. My husband's in the military. And so we're lucky, though, because I have family really close. I have the first time ever I've lived close to my family, so that's nice. But I've moved my business quite a lot. So I always have people tell me where they're watching from, because maybe they're, like, I just did some parties last week that were in Alaska from people I knew when I lived in Alaska. Or I might have people that I met in Korea. I've got a party coming up next week from somebody I met when I lived in Korea. So all kinds of different reasons that people are kind of places. So I always ask where everybody's from. So, all right, so I'm going to try and follow this recipe. It might be glasses on, glasses off. I tried to make the print really big. But we'll go ahead and get started. I've already got the oven preheated to 400 degrees. We're going to pre-bake the crust before we put the toppings on there, because the crust takes a lot longer to cook than these veggies. So we're going to pre-bake the crust. Also, that's going to make the crust nice and crispy, which is really yummy. And this is a veggie pizza. Did I tell you it's called Farmer's Market Pizza? All right. So part of the host special this month is Stoneware. I think it said to pour this out, but I don't really feel like pouring it on here. So I'm just putting some oil on the stone. You can also use oil, or you can use, that's going to be a problem. You can use oil, or you can use cornmeal. Sometimes I'll use cornmeal on the bottom of the stone. This recipe says to use oil. I'm going to use some oil. This is a silicone basting brush. I love it because even if you're basting something hot, it's not going to melt, so that's really nice. So we've got the oil in there. Now we're going to take our pizza crust, and this is just a Pillsbury pizza crust. You can make your own pizza crust. You can, on my website, there's a recipe for 5-minute dough that's really delicious. You can, I'm gonna go off topic here and say the other Pampered Chef, or the other recipe that I typically use for dough is from Bobby Flay, and you can just type in Bobby Flay pizza dough and find that recipe. It is really fantastic. So my friend used that, and that's where I got that from. All right, so I've rolled this out, but I need to kind of spread this out onto the pan a little bit. So I'm gonna pull and stretch just a little bit, because pizza dough does really well when you pull and stretch it. And then I'm going to grab my dough and pizza roller, and I'm going to roll it out. Actually, that was kind of a throwback. This is actually called a baker's roller. It's not a dough and pizza roller. That's what it used to be called back in the day, like when I first started selling Pampered Chef. Now, a couple of years ago, this really would have bothered me that this was kind of a weird shape. And I still might cut some of the crust off right here on the corners, just so that it doesn't get burned. Because sometimes stuff that's hanging over the edge will get burned. Okay, so we've got our crust here all the way to the edge. Then we're going to take some more oil and put some more oil on the top. Okay, and we're just going to baste this. You can use the kitchen spritzer for this also. I think with the pizza, we just kind of want a little bit more oil. So I'm just going to baste it, get it nice and coated here. The Chef Silicone Basting Brush is dishwasher safe, so that's handy. All right, this is a prep bowl, one of the 1-cup prep bowls. You'll notice I have several prep bowls out here. All right, I'm going to take this and go put it in the oven. All right, so it has to go for 7 minutes. Hey Siri. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I have my handy timer right here. So, okay, so Let's see. Okay, so it's going. This timer is actually pretty cool. I wanted to show this to you because I sometimes with my ALEXA, which is right over here, I have to set a couple of different timers. And so this is nice because this has like 4 different timers on here, and it has the second, the minute, the hour, and it even has a clock. And then it also has a magnet, and then the stand can be like a kickstand like I'm using it now. So that's pretty handy. It's a little more robust than our older timer was, so kind of excited about that. All right, so the next thing while that's cooking is we're going to bake it for 7 minutes, and then we're going to grate the cheeses. Okay, I have everything kind of all measured out so I can do this down here. So we're going to grate the cheese, and we're going to use our new grater. Okay, so we have a couple of new graters. I want to show them all to you. Okay, so the adjustable coarse grater is literally my favorite grater. And so it got an upgrade. It's really easy to open the back now because it has a bright blue lever that you can see. And it still goes over the bowl or whatever. Okay, so that's handy, dishwasher safe. And that has a cover on it too. So we have also a little zester, very similar to the adjustable coarse grater. Okay, and dishwasher safe also. So, all right, but what we're going to do is we're going to use this cool grater because I need to grate some small and some big, so I'm going to do them both. Okay, so, and this guy comes, I'm going to take both of them off right away. This guy comes with a little container here, so you can grate directly into this container, okay? So, the first thing we need to grate, we're going to go ahead and grate our Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to go ahead and put the food holder on here so that my fingers are protected. And then, so you can see it's in there. I put the lid on, and then I'm just going to go up and down right here and grate this. And the cheese falls directly into the container. How cool is that? Okay, so I've got that cheese. We're going to be putting all this cheese, we're going to mix it together in our batter bowl. Okay, so that's one batch of cheese. Now, we have our next batch of cheese, which we're going to do with the bigger grates, and that's the mozzarella. And I'm just going to grate it with the bigger holes. And until it gets a little smaller, then I'm going to use my food holder. So easy to grate this, so fast. This is a great job. That actually, you know, I'm kind of a fan of not using the food holder, except for that smaller grate. Okay, I just have to pay attention to what I'm doing, so I don't grate my finger off. Food holder's nice. So back when we first introduced the graters, a million years ago, we didn't have food holders, okay? Whoops. All right, so there's the the mozzarella cheese. I'm doing a pizza tomorrow night. This tomorrow, Wednesday. Yep, I'm gonna do a pizza tomorrow night in my VIP group. So I think my VIP group is featured in this video. You can check it out. You can join the VIP group if you want to get some more ideas for what you might want to make for pizza. I'm going to be using our taste buds recipe for October. So we partnered up for October with Tegan Gerard of Half Baked Harvest. If you do not follow Half Baked Harvest on Instagram and Facebook, and I think she has a blog as well. She probably started out as a blogger. Anyway, I don't remember to go to blogs, so I just follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Anyway, so nice big chunks. Now, a lot of people are asking, like, why would you want those big, huge chunks of cheese? They just kind of melt. They get really that creamy melt that you want. This is dishwasher safe, so I'm just going to tuck it in the dishwasher right here rather than stick it in the sink. Okay, so now we've got this. But anyway, so back to Tegan. So Tegan is an influencer and a like home cook, and she makes these really delicious recipes. And so we're gonna make a butternut squash harvest pizza tomorrow. So that's gonna be kind of exciting. Okay, grate the cheeses, add the Italian seasoning. We need a teaspoon. I kind of feel like we need more than a teaspoon. What do you guys think? 2 teaspoons? I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons because I love that flavor, and I wanted to put it on the crust, but I didn't put it on the crust. So this is our Italian seasoning. Love it. Such a great flavor. Some of the things that I use the Italian seasoning for at the house is I'll put it with a can of tomato sauce, like just an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and you can use that to make and a little teaspoon of sugar, and you can make your own pizza sauce for a pizza, okay? And it just is just about the right thickness. And so I'll put like a tablespoon of the Italian seasoning in there, and then a little teaspoon of the sugar. The sugar cuts the acidity of the tomatoes, so that's why I do that. Okay, you guys saw me sprinkle some flour on the pizza crust so that it didn't stick to my dough and pizza, or to my baker's roller. This is the flour sugar shaker, or powdered sugar shaker. It's metal, has a big handle and a plastic top. I still have my flour in my old one, but this is a nice upgrade. So I have like 4 or 5 of the white ones, so I just haven't fully switched everything over. So, all right, and then the measuring spoons, I keep them in the drawer right here, but they're just a mess, but they stack together really nicely. They clip together for storage. The markings are like, I don't know if you can see, the markings are in between layers of plastic, so they're not going to wear off or anything like that. So, oh, guess what that means? That means the pizza's ready. Clear. Okay, so let's grab some some things here. And I'm going to put this right here just for now because we're going to pull it out in just a second to put all the toppings on. Oh, and one thing I forgot to do. It's been a while since I made pizza, you know, since last week, and I forgot to do it last week too. In the baker's roller, there is a little crust tool that you can use to poke your crust, put some holes in it so you don't get a big bubble like I have right there. Okay? So, handy. Should have thought of that. Forgot. Okay, so now we need to do our veggies. So we've got our cheese grated. We're going to do our onion and we're going to use our brand new Flex Plus. Okay, so I need the holder here. So this is a really great new tool, and it has a food processor. It has a hand blender, so you can stick this on right here, and it has 2 different sets of whisks, and it can be a hand blender. So you have this whisk for beating, and then this whisk for mixing. So that's kind of nice. And then it also has an attachment that you can make an immersion blender with a little cup to do immersion blending. Okay, so super awesome. Very excited about this, and I just keep it in that basket. All right, so we put it on here. Push the button back here, and then we push the power up, plus the power up, the light changes, okay? Oh, I forgot, before I do any of that, I need to add our food. Oh, I guess I can leave that on there. Start this again. Okay, and it's already at the high setting. All right, so we're gonna pulse some onion and garlic, and I already have my garlic peeled, okay, and then onion. So I'm only going to use half an onion. The recipe calls for a whole onion, but I'm only going to use half. So quick tip for you guys, if you have an onion with roots on the end, just take your knife and go in and cut out those roots. It'll eliminate the sulfur, so you won't have those crying eyes that you get from cutting that up. All right, so I'm just going to cut this into quarters here. The knife, drop those in there, put the lid on, and then, oh, I have to start everything again. Okay. Everything in the Flex Plus is dishwasher safe also, so that's handy as well. Okay, so we're going to take it off, and you can see how everything is nice and chopped up, so that's handy. We'll just set this to the side. I'm going to use that in just a moment. Okay, put these back in here, trash. Okay, and then until finely chopped, carefully remove the blade, make sure to the 1 cup, set aside. Okay, we'll just remove the blade. The blade's dishwasher safe. The whole mechanism is dishwasher safe. We're going to take it apart right here because I'm not going to use it anymore. Now, it comes with 2 batteries. That's another thing that's really nice, is it comes with a charging station and then 2 batteries. So your batteries, if your batteries are charged, then you, don't have you don't have to worry about running out of battery when you're using it. So that's nice. It'll do like 2 hours worth of work or something like that. So don't quote me on that. All right. So the next thing we need is we're going to do the zucchini. Oh, we're supposed to add the zucchini to the processor bowl and chop that too. So I was going to slice the zucchini, but we'll go ahead and add it to the bowl. You know, I did read the recipe before we got started. I promise. So we got our zucchini right here. I was just going to slice it real thin. We'll go ahead and drop it down in here, and because you're going to want to do it in chunks. It's a nice small zucchini. Okay. Get my thing back on here. Okay, so now we've got the onions and the zucchini in there, all mixed together. It's probably not supposed to be mixed together, but it's mixed together now. And then we're gonna slice our mushrooms. So the mushrooms, I'm gonna use like one of my favorite tools to slice the mushrooms, and that is the quick slice. So I've already cleaned off these mushrooms. Here's the thing about mushrooms. You can just take a towel and brush them off like this to get them all clean. I've already done that. So there's no dirt on there. We're just going to line our mushrooms up. Oh, it looks like I missed this one. You don't want to wash your mushrooms because when you wash them, it just adds moisture, and then they get soggy, and that can add moisture to your food. So you want to keep them nice and dry. Give a little rock. Okay, and then you have your sliced mushrooms right there. So now we'll add a second batch. And did you see how many I could do at one time? You can also do the zucchini this way. You can also do hot dogs or kielbasa. It's one of the things I do when I'm doing like a stir fry or something. Or cooked chicken. You can do cooked chicken that way. Let's see. You can also do tomatoes. I'm going to hand slice the tomatoes, but you can do tomatoes also. Okay, so that's the quick slice. Also strawberries and things like that as well. So I am actually going to hand slice the tomatoes. The recipe says to hand slice the tomatoes. I have all the tools to hand slice the tomatoes, but I just wanted to show you guys how awesome our knives are when it comes to cutting things like tomatoes. Okay. All right. Get this out of the way. So, all right, does anybody have any questions about anything? This knife right here that I'm using is our chef's knife. It's the color-coded chef's knife. It actually is kind of my go-to in my kitchen. use it for a lot of things. But when I really want a good knife, I grab my forged knives right here out of the back. So, okay, so we've got all of our little pieces here kind of ready to assemble. Put all this in here. Okay, I'm going to clean off the ashwood cutting board because I'm going to bring this back over. Make sure I don't have everything. Add the zucchini, slice the mushrooms. Okay. All right, so a little warm, not too warm. All right, so we've got our crust here. We're going to add half of our cheese. Okay, so half of the cheese. Kind of spread it out a little bit. Look at how pretty those big slices of cheese look on there. I love that look. It's probably not quite half. All right, now we're going to add our veggies. So I'm going to go ahead and use this to mix up the zucchini and onion. I was probably supposed to do it separate, but we're just going to mix it up. And then we're going to spread that on the top. Again, zucchini and onion, zucchini and mushroom might add a lot of moisture. That's another reason that we definitely want to make sure that we have baked the crust a little bit ahead of time, so we have some of that moisture captured. You can cut these veggies up ahead of time, like if you do meal prep, you can cut the veggies up ahead of time. That's one of the things you can do, especially if you're not going to use all the veggies. Like I may not use all these veggies because it kind of looks kind of full right now. Get some more over here. Okay, so I'm going to save a little bit of that. And then I'm going to put my tomatoes on here. And again, you could use a slicer. You could use the new Rapid Prep mandolin to slice, or you could use the simple slicer. That's another good slicer we have. Okay, we can just use a good old-fashioned knife. All right, looks like I got room for like all these tomatoes. That was a little bit thick. All right, so I've got tomatoes on here, and then I'm going to put my mushrooms on top of that. Probably could have sliced the mushrooms a little bit thinner if I wanted to slice them by hand. I like chunky mushrooms. Okay, so we've got this. And remember, I put some extra seasoning in the cheese, so it would have some extra flavor and seasoning. And I'm actually going to do a little salt on the top. One of the things I've noticed is that adding a little bit of salt to things kind of really enhances the flavors. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, even though it's not in the recipe. I've been using a meal service, which I really like. And they are always saying salt and pepper and then this, and they explain why. And it just adds so much to the flavor of the food. So, all right. So now we have our last bit of cheese to go on the top. And then this is going to bake for like 15 minutes. Okay? The crust just takes about 20 minutes to 25 minutes to bake. So I may put on the convection so it'll be faster for you guys. But when it's done, I'll let you know kind of what's on special for the month of October and everything, and let you know a little bit about the other opportunities that you have with Pampered Chef Party. And there we go. So, all right. How beautiful is that? Let me open my oven. We'll go ahead and put this in there. All right, so we have a special set available just this month. It's called I think it's called a pizza making set. Oh, don't quote me. And it's like a family pizza making set. And it has that large round stone that you saw. It has a baker's roller. It has a package of our pizza crust. It also includes the pizza peel, and then it includes Italian seasoning as well. So for $109, you can do pizza at your house, and so that's so exciting. I love this pizza peel. It makes a great gift. Like if you have a wedding that you're going to, you can have it engraved on one side. It also can serve as a charcuterie board. It looks pretty hanging on the wall. It's made out of the ash wood, so just like our cutting board here. So I love the cutting board also. I'll tell you a little bit about that. It has a flat edge and has some handles here, so you can use it like a serving tray. So if you want to do a charcuterie board, the other side has a groove on it, so if you're doing something juicy, it'll hold that juice for you. I just think it's so pretty sitting right here on the table, and then I just put some hot pads underneath it, some silicone hot pads underneath it, so it doesn't slide around on my while I'm doing the demo. At home, when I'm doing the demo, like guaranteed, it's going to slide right off the table. So, so I told you about the Flex Plus. The special this month, if you host a party this month, the special is that you can get 60% off one piece or one set of stoneware. I will be honest and say I have 8 parties next week, so I'm kind of full next. Actually, I have room for 1 party next week. I have 7 parties next week. So if you want to take advantage of the October special, or you just want to do your party really fast, then go ahead and let me know, and I can fit you in. Other than that, we'll be looking into November, and the host special for November is 60% off one item or one set, and so you can choose any item or any sets, kind of gearing up for the holidays that you want to get as your 60% off. And when your party reaches 650, you can get 2 items 60% off. So that's pretty sweet. We do have some spaces in October 1st or November 1st, the week of November 1st, and the 8th and the 15th. If you want to take one of those weeks, I do have spaces in there, just a few spaces, but I do have space. So, and that helps your host. So if you're coming and watching this from a party, that helps your host. Your host is going to get a 40% off item at your party. Also, after your host has 3 bookings from her party or his party, then you're going to get, then that host is going to get a bonus. So it really helps when you host. It helps your host. They get a $50 bonus. So it helps your host when you book your own party. And that can be actually anytime in the next 6 months. You can schedule your party and help your host. So if November or December is not good for you, you can look at January, and that's fine too. Let's see. So I would also be remiss if I didn't tell you a little bit about being a consultant. So one of my favorite things, well, I went to a party in 1997 and bought a stone. I told you guys that. I went to another party in later that year, I think November timeframe, and my other friend, this other friend was like, oh my gosh, you should totally do this. And I was like, no, I don't want, I just got out of the Air Force. I was like, no, I don't need another job. I don't need anything. I was staying home with my kids, and I had a set of twins, and then I had a 4-year-old, and but I sat there and watched that consultant and thought, I could totally do this. And so I did start my business the next February, and it's been so fun. Like, I just thought I would do it for a little bit so I could get all the things that I wanted. Problem is, every 6 months we come out with new things, and so I love getting those things for free. I love the income that it provides. So if you're looking for something, you know, a lot of people are looking for second incomes right now, just like something to kind of fill the gap. So I know people that are looking to drive for Uber, or maybe go, work at Starbucks, or work at Home Depot, or, work at the grocery store, or whatever, just so you can make the ends meet. So you don't have to do that. You could actually give Pampered Chef a try and have some income coming in, work around your own schedule, doing the things that you're already doing. You can do live video, or you don't have to do live video. I mean, consultants do all kinds of things. But if you're interested in finding out more about how to get all the products in the catalog, or you want some extra couple $100 in your pocket every month, or even more, or you want to find out how you can earn a trip for free, or I don't know, all the things, make sure you let me know, and I'll be happy to tell you. Oh my goodness, that finally got to me. So, but that's a little bit about that. In your party, there was a survey slip that you could fill out. You could go back and fill that out if you haven't done that yet. I think that's about it. Or actually, in the parties for this week, then I guess the survey slip's coming tomorrow. Make sure you fill it out tomorrow. So I forgot. It's coming tomorrow, and you can go in and fill that out. And let me know if you're interested in hosting your own party. Let me know if you want to find out more about how the consultant thing works. All right, but that's all I've got for you guys. The pizza's gonna be ready in a few minutes. I'll post a photo afterwards so you can see. Oh, one other thing I didn't show you is our oven mitts. So I love these oven mitts because they go, up my arm, and they're dishwasher safe. And I can also, if I get stuff on them, I can rinse them under the water. And they are super bendy, so I can pick things up, small things up, and manipulate them if I need to, okay? And then the last thing that, did I get it out? I don't think I got it out. We're making pizza, and I didn't even get out the pizza and crust cutter. This is our new pizza cutter. Has a little crust cutter on the end. Can you see that? So it has a crust cutter right here. Nice 4 inches in diameter. Perfect for cutting. And then you can get those pesky crusts right there. Just don't leave it in the pizza box. Can't tell you how many times I've had people call me saying I need a new pizza cutter because I left mine in the pizza box. Don't do that. Okay? But that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. If you have questions, let me know. If there's anything else I can do for you, let me know. If you're watching on the replay, thanks for hanging with us. And I will see you guys around the party.